Hi, my name is Madison. I'm the Community Engagement Specialist for the Michigan Small Business Development Center.
And I am Malynnda Stewart. I am the founder and CEO of Compassionate Navigation.
Malynnda, I'm so glad to have you here. Thank you so much for coming in. You trekked through some winter weather.
Winter's here.
Happy Michigan winter. So I just wanted to ask you a few questions about your business, Compassionate Navigation. So first, how did you get started with your business? Right at the beginning.
Yeah, right. So about 3 years ago, I was at a conference giving a talk to nationwide of patient advocates. And in that talk, I was talking to them about how we navigate difficult conversations and just kind of helping them think about ways that we bring our own experiences into that conversation and how we really need to be able to see where people are to best move them through a very complicated system of healthcare. I also work with universities and other groups as well, but our real focus is in health.
Nice.
And the response was tremendous, and they really felt that we needed more support in this area.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of planted the seed, and I went, wait, I have 20 years as a communication expert and as a communication professor. And so I really wanted to take that expertise that I had at the university level and put it on the front line. That's really what I felt was needed.
Nice. And how long ago did you start that?
So I officially started Compassionate Navigation 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
But I left academia last year and have spent the last year really fully focusing in on helping the people that need it.
Nice. So in starting your business, what would you say were some of the biggest challenges that you faced?
Moving from university life, because I was a communication professor for 20 years, and then shifting into owning my own company. My father was a big inspiration. He was an entrepreneur, so I always had him to help me. But in the process of starting the company and moving to Michigan, my father passed away. So my guiding light, the person who I always went to with business questions, left.
I'm so sorry.
And thanks. It was a big blessing in disguise, but it's a bittersweet one. So that's why, finding SBDC was so important to help me with that, because I needed help in those areas of moving from how do you run a company, how do you start those things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So with that being said, where have you seen some of your biggest successes with your business, Compassionate Navigation?
Biggest successes have been hearing that what we're doing hearing that what we're doing matters to people.
Mm-hmm.
They don't take much convincing before I hear, oh my gosh, I had no idea that you did that. So once they hear about what we do, that connection and that return on investment, all of those ideas come into play right away for people. So they're pretty quickly to be able to make the connection of, we do need support in this. We need to have better conversations. We do need help in having those conversations. And that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, it's definitely rewarding to hear that from other people and
Yeah.
know that it's working, especially with your line of work. I know that means so much to so many people, so that's incredible. I also know that you recently placed first in the Business by the Bay pitch competition. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with that? How did that go?
It was so much fun. It was a lot of work.
Yeah.
Starting with the fact that, I speak all the time, right? I'm a communication professor, it's what I do. But to go from speaking hour, 2 hour in sessions to 7 minutes.
Yeah.
You have 7 minutes to talk about a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably the biggest challenge.
Yeah.
I felt really well supported by my coach, Michelle, and the rest of the team at SBDC in coming up with the marketing plan and coming up with the financials and taking a look at all those things. And then I had to figure out how to take 10 slides, 13-ish topics that we have to cover, and put it into 7 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That was a challenge.
Yeah.
But it was so fun.
Yeah. How do you feel like all of the preparation leading up to the pitch, how do you feel like that helped you with developing your business and did it help you improve it? Because I know that you had to go through some of those workshops to make sure that you were ready for it. So how was your experience with that?
I was very lucky in the sense that I came into it with a basic business plan. I had thought through a lot of those things, but it really helped me refine and dig deeper. And like I said, my coach Michelle did a fantastic job of pushing and saying, well, that might, you have this audience, but what about this audience? And how do we translate that to Bay County? And so the process of this helped me really think deeply and in new ways about what I was wanting to do.
Yeah. Since we have applications open right now, we've got some people thinking maybe they should apply. What advice would you give to hopeful applicants that are maybe looking into the pitch competition and, I don't know, maybe thinking it might not be for them, or what advice would you give to those people?
Apply. Just apply. Don't let fear of public speaking or am I far enough into my company or anything like that, just apply. Even going through the process is going to be a great help. If you make it to the top 5 and get on that stage, talking to the people that are in the audience, talking to the judges, that was so helpful. I've actually made connections with a couple of the judges since the competition, and they've continued to be a huge help. But if you've got a company and you're wanting to move it forward, apply. Don't let fear get in your way, just apply.
Yeah, that's amazing advice. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So kind of ending on the Business by the Bay note, how would you say the general help of the SBDC has helped you with the development of your business?
Like I said, it furthered it. It extended what I was doing and how I was thinking about the market here. I think some of the tools that they have are phenomenal. And working with a coach that can help you use those tools and look at the market and think about who your audience is and how you're going to reach them, what their needs are. I would have never found some of those tools. I would have never thought about some of those questions had I not gone through this process. And it has definitely helped me bring it local, which was something I really wanted to do, to give back to the community. But I needed to understand the business mindset and some of those aspects of the community so that I could reach them in the best way possible.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. One final question. What is a piece of advice that you would give to someone thinking of starting up their own business and they're not really sure where to start and what to do, or if they should even do it? What would you tell that person?
I would probably start with having a conversation with SBDC. Genuinely. Having an idea, having passion gets you to start, but then it's really quickly overwhelming of all of the things you have to think about. And I think if you start with the SBDC and ask those questions, they know what questions to ask to guide you and can give you at least the starting place of that roadmap. And then you grow and you build from there. But if you've got a passion and I always say, I used to tell my students to research what made them mad. And I tell future business owners, if you've got a problem that you're seeing that needs to be fixed, do something, right? So that's what I did. I identified a problem, identified a need, and went, I've got the skills to do that. So now, how do I make that happen? So if you've got something on your mind, that's on your heart, of something that you can solve, something you can offer that a community needs, don't let that fear get in your way. Get the support that you can use and need to get you on that pathway. You don't have to do it alone. You shouldn't do it alone. There's teams out there that are free and in our community that are here to help you. Just ask them. They're great people to work with.
So thank you so much, Malynnda, for sitting down and chatting with me about your business. It was really great to learn more about how you got here. So thank you so much for that. If any of the resources that the Michigan SBDC can provide sound like they may be useful to you, please check us out online at michigansbdc.org. You can also reach us by phone number at 989-964-4904, or you can reach us via email at sbdc@svsu.edu. And Malynnda, if anybody was looking for your resources, where would they be able to find you?
Yeah, so you can find us at compassionate.navigation.com. And if you're looking to listen to just some of the advice, we also have a podcast, which is Communication Compass. And I would love to interact with you and help you navigate any of the difficult conversations that you might be having.
And then one more plug, Business by the Bay applications are open now, and they do close March 4th at 5 p.m. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, please check out our website for eligibility requirements and apply. We'll see you then soon. Thank you.